Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Helping others, staying late, and saying yes to every request? Yet you still feel like people don't quite respect you the way they should? It's a frustrating place to be. We are social creatures, and wanting the respect of our colleagues, friends, and family is completely natural. But here is the hard truth. Respect isn't something people give you just because you're nice. It's something you earn through your actions and, more importantly, through your boundaries. Many of the things we do to make people like us are actually the very things that cause them to lose respect for us. Today, we're breaking down 8 specific habits that are secretly damaging your reputation, beginning with the most common trap of all. The first habit we're going to talk about is saying yes to everything. Many of us believe that being helpful means never turning down a request. Imagine a colleague asks you to help with a spreadsheet, even though you're already swamped with your own deadline. You say yes because you want to be seen as a team player. But when your time is always available to everyone else, it loses its value. You stop being a professional and start being a low fence that anyone can jump over. Respected people understand that their time is their most valuable asset. They don't say yes out of guilt. They say it only when they can truly provide value without sacrificing their own work. Once you start setting those boundaries, you might feel a strange urge to justify them, which leads us to the second habit, constant apologizing. Think about how many times you start an email with "sorry to bother you" or walk into a room saying, "Sorry, can I ask a quick question?" Stop apologizing for simply existing or doing your job. When you over-apologize for things that aren't your fault, you subconsciously tell others that your presence is a burden. This lowers your status in any room. Instead of saying, "Sorry for the delay," try, "Thank you for your patience." It shifts the energy from your mistake to their kindness, keeping your professional standing intact. This habit of shrinking yourself often manifests in other ways, like the third habit, staying silent when you disagree. We've all been in a meeting where a manager proposes a plan that you know won't work based on your experience. You stay silent to avoid making waves or appearing difficult. However, if you are known as someone who never speaks up, people will eventually stop considering you a key player. They'll assume you either don't have ideas or don't care enough to share them. Respected people express their views honestly, politely, and professionally. Remember, if you don't value your own expertise enough to share it, you can't expect anyone else to value it either. But speaking up is only half the battle. You also have to be reliable, which is why the fourth habit you need to drop is making overpromises. This usually comes from a desire to be liked or to appear hyper-competent. You might tell a client, "I'll have that to you by tomorrow morning," knowing full well it will take 2 days. Every unkept promise is a massive withdrawal from your respect bank account. It is always better to be realistic. People will respect a clear, "I can't get that to you by tomorrow, but I can have it by Wednesday," far more than a yes followed by an excuse. Reliability is the foundation of professional respect. Being realistic about your work capacity is actually a form of self-care, and neglecting that brings us to our fifth point. Neglecting your own needs. In some cultures, working yourself to exhaustion or skipping lunch to help a coworker is seen as a badge of honor. It isn't. It's a sign that you don't value yourself. If you don't respect your own health, your family time, and your need to recharge, you are teaching everyone else that your needs don't matter. When you show the world that you prioritize your well-being by taking your breaks or leaving on time, you set the standard for how others should treat you. Self-respect is the prerequisite for the respect of others. When you lack that internal self-value, you often end up falling into the sixth habit, constantly seeking validation. Do you find yourself asking, "Was that okay?" or "Did I do that right?" after every small task? While feedback is essential for growth, needing a pat on the back for everything makes you look insecure and amateur. It signals that you don't trust your own judgment. Respected people are capable of evaluating their own performance. They seek feedback to improve, but they don't need constant external confirmation to feel successful. Aim to be your own most rigorous judge so you don't have to rely on the approval of others. Seeking constant approval usually stems from a fear of tension, which leads to our seventh habit: running away from conflict. Conflict is uncomfortable, but it is often the only path to progress. Many people let injustices slide or allow a colleague to take credit for their work just to keep the peace. But when you run from confrontation, you allow problems to grow and your reputation to shrink. Respected people don't look for a fight, but they don't hide from one either. They know how to enter a difficult conversation calmly, stay focused on the facts, and reach a resolution. Facing a problem head-on is a fast track to long-term respect. Finally, the eighth and perhaps most important habit to break is ignoring your own dreams. There's a powerful saying, if you don't work for your own dreams, you will be hired to work for someone else's. If you are so busy being a helper that you lose sight of your own career path and personal aspirations, you become an afterthought in the minds of others. People naturally respect those who have a clear vision and the drive to pursue it. When you are focused on your own mission, you carry yourself differently. You stop being a background character in someone else's story and start being the lead in your own. Breaking these habits isn't something that happens overnight. It's like breaking a physical addiction to being liked. For the next week, I want you to practice just one thing: the pause. Next time someone asks you for a favor or you feel the urge to apologize, just pause for 3 seconds. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or because I'm afraid they won't like me if I don't? Earning respect might feel uncomfortable at first. You might even find that some people get upset when you start setting boundaries, but those are usually the people who were benefiting from you having no boundaries at all. Those who truly value you will respect you more for it. Which of these 8 habits do you find the hardest to break? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. We're all working on this together. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button to join us for more insights on building a stronger, more respected version of yourself.